That is Prashan. I am Nerfherder, and we are about to snap. Welcome to this episode. Speaking of which, this episode is sponsored by Target, where you are okay with paying extra just so you don't have to look at the people in Walmart.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whack is whack.
Prashan, how you doing?
Good, you? I actually
right.
do shop at Target. That way I don't see
same.
the creepy people.
It wasn't a joke. Sometimes sometimes aisles in Walmart feel like you're walking down an alley, like in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, you just don't know. I don't know, aisle five, and all of a sudden you get stabbed.
Don't go down aisle 5, you get mugged. You're like, I just need some detergent. But yeah, so real quick, this episode we're going to go over the newly released patch that came out, Mockingbird in review, and then speculate on Cannonball. So let's just jump right in with the first topic, the patch. Alright, so the first card up that got changed was Elsa Bloodstone. It used to be a 2/3 and gave +2 power to just her lane, and also it wouldn't trigger until she flipped over, or until the card that you filled the lane flipped over, and now it's a 3/3 that acts like she used to be. So how are you feeling about Elsa? Have you tried it out?
Yeah, she's good the way she is. She feels good. I actually put her in a discard deck, and then I discard a bunch of swarms, and then final turn I just swarm the board.
Yeah,
as long as
sure.
they don't play like Triple M or something, I'm totally fine. But yeah, she's good. She was good to begin with. I just think they jumped the gun on changing her, and then once they changed her, she was a dead card.
Yeah.
And then she came out in the spotlights too. So you wanted people to waste a spotlight on a dead card a few weeks ago, and it's a bad feeling. So I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, same. She definitely feels good now. I think you could put her in bounce, tempo decks. I'm actually liking her in Thanos. I know she used to be in Thanos when she was busted, but that was mostly because she was just busted. But now with Hope Summers, I like to put Elsa Bloodstone where most people are putting their tech card, like Mobius and Mobius, or Shang-Chi. And she's good there, because fill up a lane, getting Professor X down, you lock stuff down, it works out well.
Yeah.
The weird thing about Elsa is I saw people bitching about this change on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that. I was like, who's complaining about this?
That's all I saw. People were like, Elsa was good as it was. Why'd you change it? And I'm like, it was good?
No way.
These people are fucking high. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, overall good change. Stoked about that one. Next up, we got Meek. Basically, it's the same card, except at the beginning of the next turn, you can just move it where you want, sort of like Vision. And actually, when the discard happens, he gets the power. It's not at the end of turn. Have you tried out Meek since the change?
Yeah. I think he's probably one of the best changes.
Yeah.
He feels really, really good playing. And then, the deception on the board, right? So Marvel Snap is all about deception and, tricking your opponent, and they're not supposed to know your next move. So, obviously, moving him on the board, your opponent doesn't know if you're going to move him, not going to move him. And he paired well with Elsa, too, because I would leave a lane full, and then I'll put a card in, and then I would move him, discard some stuff, move him, fill the lane again. So, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, it's like a little Vision now. I think he's great. I really underestimated this change. I was like, that's cool. Sure, he's better for sure. But then when I was playing with it, I was like, oh, this is you'll see discard lists from KM Best and other players, and they exclude Meek. And I'm like, why? I didn't understand it before, and now I really don't understand it. They're usually playing stuff like Helicarrier and Collector and Dawkin instead, and I just think that's objectively insane, because Meek feels great now. All right, next change. Mantis. It used to be Who Gives a Shit because it was terrible, and now it's Who Gives a Shit because it's still terrible. Moving on.
Yeah, dead card. It's dead in the water. It's horrible.
Next card is Cable. He went from a 3/4 to a 2/3, basically. Have you tried out Cable?
Yeah, I tried him out in Loki. He's pretty good.
He's all right.
I wish there was more mill type of stuff. I wish Mantis was sort of the way she was, because just imagine playing Cable, Yondu, Gladiator, and then Beast.
That's happened to me a couple of times. It's very annoying. But
just imagine doing that over and over again, and then milling their deck.
It's not the best, but if you just want some fun, it's funny.
Yeah, it's definitely funny. But no, she's dead. Cable's good.
Yeah, Cable's all right. I just think sometimes when you play Sentinel in those types of decks, it's a little annoying because if you want to Moon Girl your hand or something like that, the Sentinels don't let you because they're a little too full. Mm-hmm. Your hand is a little too full, so Cable seems like a solid substitute for Sentinel if you ever had that issue, which I have. All right, next up, Timestone. This one's a big one, but I'm not sure how much it really affected things. But yeah, it used to give +1 energy next turn, draw a card, just like Psylocke or something. Now it gives the next card you draw -1 cost. Have you tried this out, dude?
Yes. Like, when I first saw this, I thought it was sort of like it could be a buff. Because there's times I use the Time Stone and I don't even use the energy. I just use it for the card draw.
Right.
So it's a plus if you get like a 0 stone, and then you could just play something extra at the end of the game. Or I've been playing Thanos with Mockingbird, so it's just like something extra, and then you could just get Mockingbird out earlier if you play Time Stone like on 1.
Sure.
So, and you can even use it like to get a blob to be a 5. Like it sort of helps it in some ways. I feel more than it hurting it.
Yeah, it's a give and take. I think what you brought up at first was the best point, because like if you don't get the ball rolling with Thanos early, like playing out a Drawstone in the first 2 turns, it's kind of a clunky deck. And sometimes you used to have only Time Stone on the first 2 turns, and it just feels like a waste playing it back then, and then be like you said, you're not ramping into anything. But now you can throw it out there and it feels great, as opposed to like sort of like wasting the ramp.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's overkill when you have Psylocke and Time Stone.
Yeah.
Like you only end up using one of them in the game. So I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. It's like the early turns it's better, the late turns it's worse. But it definitely, I don't think it's the hit they were expecting to. They obviously did this because Thanos is like just been one of the best decks for like a year now.
Yeah, every card like almost every new card goes into Thanos.
Yeah, because it's so versatile. Thanos can be like so many different types of decks that it just happens that if the card is that flexible in general, then every card that comes out is going to go in there. So yeah, but it didn't affect it as much as I think they thought it would. But yeah, M'Baku's next up. Basically, it used to say if this is in your deck at the end of the game, it jumps to a location. Now it says, at the end of the game, this jumps from your deck to the lowest power location that isn't full. So yeah, weird little change there. I don't know how you feel about this one.
Still a card I'm not going to play.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't matter. Like, I used it for the memes, or like, I don't know. But now it's like, it'll still be for memes. I really don't care.
Yeah.
It's disappointing when you see it in your hand. I wish it could be like, even if it's in your hand, it jumps out.
That's what I thought. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, great. It's just going to do like the angel thing now. But it's not. It's just a targeted jump rather than... Yeah. I mean, M'Baku, actually, I would have made an argument like before the Lockjaw change, the old Jane Jaw lists. I actually quite liked M'Baku.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it was like you never want to have it in your hand. So it was like, oh, I always want to put this in the Lockjaw lane. Because sometimes when you're playing Lockjaw decks, you're like, I don't really want to cycle this away right now. But M'Baku, you just always wanted to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, since Lockjaw's different, there's no reason that I should keep talking about it. So,
and I haven't seen that much Lockjaw in general, anyways.
Nah, it's that one energy really did a number on it. Next up, we have Yondu. Now, this one's fucking confusing. I have no idea why they did this at all. But it used to say destroy the top card of your opponent's deck. Now it says destroy the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck. Do you have any idea why they did this, Prashant?
So I feel like they're attacking Destroy again.
What? No one was playing this in Destroy. What are you talking about?
I would play Yondu and Destroy if I'm playing Null. So like,
okay, all right.
So I just feel like patch by patch, they're slowly trying to make Destroy weaker.
Okay, sure.
Because with like the whole Forge, like Hulkbuster thing, and then now the Yondu thing.
Yeah, so it makes your Nulls a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't see that though, because I don't think any of the decks that they were measuring. I think all the decks that they were saying, "Oh, this is too strong," were like Deadpool decks with Forge and Hulkbuster. They weren't Yondu decks with like Bucky Barnes and yeah. Anyways, I had a thought.
Or it might be like future cards.
Yeah, I was about to say. I had a thought. Maybe it's because of the Baron Zemo thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's my second theory.
Maybe this is a low-key buff because you're destroying the lowest card in the opponent's deck, which makes your Baron Zemo pull that much better.
Yeah.
So
pretty
maybe
much.
that'd
I think
be cool.
Zemo is like a 3, right?
Zemo is a 4/6 that pulls the lowest cards.
4. Okay.
Yeah. If the listeners don't know, he's a 4/6. It's the season pass card next month, and it says pull the lowest cost card from your opponent's deck and put it on your side of that lane. And with the Yondu, well, you guys can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
He's gonna destroy the Korg or whatever stupid, and now you'll get like a 3 or a 4 drop instead, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what it was. Anyways, aside from that, this seemed kind of pointless. Next up, we got Leech. This one is interesting. But yeah, it says at the start of turn 6, remove all abilities from cards in your opponent's hand. Now it says on reveal, remove the text from each card with an on reveal ability in your opponent's hand. Hit me. What are your thoughts?
I think this card's dead in the water, but
yeah,
it can work against certain decks, right? Like if they want to play like a Doom on the final turn or something, or a Shang-Chi on the final turn. Yeah, I think it's still good in that aspect, but I think it deters people from playing it now.
Yeah, I think the reason they did this because basically people didn't play Leech except to stop like Hela type stuff. Basically, right. The reason Infinite decks or like the high Evo Infinite stuff played Leech is so they didn't lose to a Hela, and then they could put their power down.
Yeah, or avoid a Shang-Chi or something.
Right. And so this change, I guess, still does that, which makes those decks still relevant. Because honestly, those high Infinite Evo decks without the Leech feel sort of weak.
Yeah.
If you don't have all your cards, it feels weak.
Or if they don't play Magic, it's weak too. If they don't have that extra turn.
That deck it's so weird. It's like if you don't have Sunspot, it feels weak. If you don't have Cyclops, it feels weak. If you don't have She-Hulk, it feels weak. If you don't have Infinite, it sometimes feels weak. So it's surprising that deck is actually good still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like they didn't want to kill all that stuff, so they did this to Leech. I haven't seen it since.
Me neither.
Yeah, so. But on the flip side, this could be like a cool, I was going to say Lockjaw card, but never mind. Because Lockjaw's not a card anymore.
Yeah.
But I could see this being in like the old school Lockjaw list, but there's no point in me saying that, so.
And technically he could be countered.
Yeah, you can stop him with the Cosmo or whatever.
But,
yeah, it's whatever. What was the reasoning here? Where that Leech is among the least beloved cards in Marvel Snap. They're saying it served an important role, and it's a meaningful check to cards like we were saying earlier. So they're restricting it so it does its job, but it doesn't make everyone mad. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the patch was a bunch of updates to locations, sound effects, etc., etc. Moon Girl one's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the patch. Overall, you think it was a good patch, bad patch? What's up?
I think it was okay. It's an okay patch. We still have more coming up, so
it feels like they have a cadence of like, oh, this is awesome, but also, what the hell did you do that for?
Right. I think more this patch was like a quality of life thing.
Yeah,
when it comes to the game, like with the borders and all that. So
for sure. All right, so let's just jump into our next topic. It is Mockingbird. Everyone's gotten a chance to play it or getting beaten by it. How you doing? How you doing with Mockingbird? You like it? You think it's annoying? What's up?
I like it. I think it's an OP card. It's probably one of the better 5-cost cards because technically it's not even a 5-cost card.
Yeah, right.
So like it's not awkward compared to all the other 5s that are out there. So yeah, I like it. It goes in Thanos. I've been playing it in Junk.
Yeah.
Like I've been just playing Debris and then like Morph. I forgot, like not that many people know that Morph works
right, it
with
does,
Mockingbird.
Huh?
So like you steal one of their cards and then like you just play Mockingbird. Yeah.
Sure.
And then hopefully you get Mockingbird out early enough because I think like Mobius is going to be here to stay for a while.
Yeah, Mobius has hosed me a couple of times.
Yeah, I think then. Cosmo is gone and Mobius is in.
Yeah, Mobius is the new this card's too good. Even though it's not, it's just keeping degenerate bullshit in check, which can get on your nerves because everyone likes to be degenerate every now and then.
Yeah, well, he slowly made an appearance with Hela because you wanted to stop the swarms, and then with Pixie, he started to get played more, and then Mockingbird, he's like a must in almost every deck now.
Yeah. Earlier I was saying you could put Elsa in for Mobius in Thanos decks, but really if you're trying to get super sweaty and have the best win rate possible, probably play Mobius. Yeah, because almost every matchup it's gonna hit something.
Yeah, either him or Rogue, either or.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, cards that get cheaper, it's so hard not to be greedy and be like, I want to make this a 0, and then slam it on the last turn of the game with another 6-drop or something. But if you guys are playing it, don't get too greedy with it. Just be happy when it's a 3/9 or a 2/9 and play it out.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to get nerfed. It's going to be a 10 power. That way it gets shanged or something in the future.
Really? Oh, I would assume they would just take it down to an 8 or a 7 like they did Stature or something. Like a 5/7 or a 5/8.
Either or. I think it'll get nerfed.
But yeah, no, I think they'll make it a 7 power and 8 power like they did Stature.
Yeah, true.
But its stats are really good. Total meta share 6%, cube share 5%, which isn't too bad. I mean, that's fine. The win rate is 58% on play and draw.
Oh wow,
that's
pretty high.
Yeah. For stats on cards, usually 55% is the bar for this is good. And once it starts getting close to 60%, you can be pretty sure you should be playing that card if you want to win.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, obviously good in Thanos. And Taro Bang put a great meme on Twitter where he was like, oh, this Mockingbird card is cool. I wonder what she... And then it was just a bunch of birds chirping. Have you tried it, Thanos? Have you tried it, Thanos? It's yes. And obviously Patriot.
Yeah, Patriot too. I have a cool Surfer deck that I made too.
Yeah, Surfer Patriot, the old Brood, Absman Patriot. Yeah. Great there. For people listening to, if you don't know this yet, when you play Mysterio, all 3 of the illusions count towards reducing her. So 1 Mysterio equals a 2-cost Mockingbird, which is super cool.
That's crazy. Yeah,
it is. And also pair that with Elsa Bloodstone. The Mysterios get the buff, plus they make her cheap. I think it's the best card to play with Mockingbird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mockingbird is, it sort of feels like Cole Obsidian. It's it's a good card. What the fuck else am I supposed to say about it? It's kind of boring, but it's also good, so you should probably be playing it. All right, that's enough about Mockingbird.
Plus, one of the best variants in the game, by the way.
Oh, the one where she's in space, sort of, and it's split?
Yeah, it's
that one's so sick.
Boat behind her, or the ship, or whatever. Yeah, it's
awesome. Weird. I don't really understand the art. I'm why are you in space with the boat behind you? But also, it looks cool, so fine. Yeah. Cannonball. It's the next card coming out. This one, anyways, we'll get into it in a minute, but let's read it. He's a 5 energy, 8 power. It says, move the highest power enemy card hero away. If you can't, destroy it with a rock. And I think they mean destroy it and put a rock there. Because that's how it functioned in the Season Pass video. But how you feeling about Cannonball, dude?
I think this is OP. This is pretty crazy.
Dude, I think so too. Everyone's no, it's mediocre, blah, blah, blah. And I was I was all right, me and Prashant are about to argue, but yeah, we're on the same page. All right.
No.
Hit you. Why do you think so?
This is freaking awesome. Just imagine, turn... For me, I'm probably going to play this in Junk. So I would probably have my hood... I would have played my hood earlier, and I just play a Demon and Cannonball and win games. That's such a big swing. Final turn, so that means everyone's gonna have to play armor
to stop the stuff from getting blown up on your side.
So it's do you play armor, do you play Moby? It's what tech card do I put in my deck now? I have to pick and choose.
Yeah, but so I agree. I think this goes in a lot more spots than people think. Obviously Junk is good because you're clogging their side of the board, so when you move it, it's gonna blow it up. But I'm thinking just in like Storm, Professor X, like classic lockdown strategies. This is like an absolute lane winner. Like, how do you lose that lane when you play Cannonball? It's hitting the biggest thing, plus you're putting 8 power there. That seems like a giant swing.
And you could probably put Shang in this deck too if you want to get greedy. Like
dude,
it's gonna be insane. You could play
Storm?
Shang and
Cannonball
and
Storm, Shang, Cannonball, Professor X, probably Eliath in there too. How do you lose? I don't get it. But people were talking shit on it, and now I'm hesitant to compare it to Shang-Chi because obviously Shang-Chi costs less and it can be reduced with Zabu.
Right.
So obviously it's probably not going to be as good as Shang-Chi, but as the next best option, I think it's right up there with it. Everyone plays Shang-Chi for a reason, because it wins games and it swings the lane that you seemingly were absolutely getting crushed in.
Yeah. Or even, I was thinking even Sarah, like that final turn.
Sure.
Like just playing like Shadow King or Cannonball and Killmonger or something, like something insane on the final turn too. Like,
yeah, even if it doesn't destroy the thing, you're still bumping it out of the lane.
Right.
And I think the thing people are forgetting, it's the highest powered thing. So that basically means you're winning that lane. Like, Blob, peace out. The highest powered thing. What is that right now? The highest powered things in lanes.
Infinite.
It's Infinite. It's Mockingbird sometimes. It's
Devil
Dino.
Devil Dino. I think Dracula's too late.
Yeah, that's too late. It's not going to stop Dracula for sure.
Yeah.
But think of all the other things that are like tormenting the meta right now. Just basically big stuff in Thanos.
Yeah, or even Hela too. If they have priority and they just dropped Hela and played everything, and you played Cannonball after, then
right, yeah, totally. You're gonna blow up the biggest thing in that lane. Yeah, dude. I mean, hell, Sarah and Zabu, Kanan and Shang-Chi can be played on the same turn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's a stretch. You know, that's like definitely magical Crystal Sand being like, I'm going to Shang and Cannonball in the same turn. It's like, yeah, it's not possible all the time, but it's definitely possible. Yeah. But yeah, this one's. It's weird that people are talking a lot of shit about this card.
Which is weird. What Twitter are you on?
Maybe it's the people I follow.
Maybe.
But most people I've seen has been like, next. And it's making my head melt. Now, I will be fair, like, it's totally possible this could be mediocre. I can see that happening too.
I don't think so. I think it's pretty good. I think almost all the cards this season are pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, right? It's kind of crazy. Every single one of them, like, playable at least.
Yeah, which means they're all getting nerfed.
Possibly. I think if one isn't getting nerfed, it's probably Cannonball.
Yeah,
because the other ones just seem like more flexible and just like generically better.
This feels like the Elsa season where every card got nerfed that season.
Oh yeah, except for Man Thing, but yes, almost every card. Hey, Cannonball is Man Thing this month.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But even if this card, like, even if they change it like to less power, it's still pretty much accomplishing the same goal.
Oh yeah.
It's like if you took Shang-Chi from a 3 power to a 2 power, you're not really nerfing it.
Yeah.
It's still getting the job done.
Just imagine you have an Iron Lad and Iron Lad hits Cannonball and then you play Cannonball again. Like,
so stupid. Yeah,
that's
dude.
Insane.
Or like
or Absorbe Man. Oh.
Or just having one lane locked down on Professor X. Now, if it can't move, it's going to get destroyed. So it's like a guaranteed win that lane. I think people are underestimating that too. Just having one lane like not playable, it's going to blow up the thing every time.
Yeah.
What is in the spotlight? Let's go over the spotlight cache real quick. So Cannonball is also coming with Kitty Pryde and Miss Marvel. I know people like to be like, "Oh, what's your recommendation?" Blah blah blah. What would you recommend people do on Cannonball Week? Use keys, tokens, caches? What's up?
I'm probably gonna use my tokens because I have enough. But to be honest, if you're using keys, all of these cards are good.
All right, so yeah, if you don't have Miss Marvel, and even if Cannonball ends up being bad, I think opening this week is like
it's
an
a safe
awesome
bet.
Yeah, for sure. Because Kitty Pryde like isn't the best, but it's still playable and it's fun.
Yeah.
And the Elsa changes made her a lot better. So yeah, worst case scenario, Cannonball's bad, but you get Miss Marvel, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Or unless you got her this week.
Oh yeah, the people that did like the cheat or whatever. What was that?
Yeah, I guess if you didn't update your game, then you would have seen Miss Marvel in the spotlight catches.
Gotcha.
And I guess there's a select few that got the Miss Marvel instead of the Ghost Spider.
Fucking dorks. It's like those people that cheated the collection system when it switched, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think one of the developers were like, we know who you are. I should take 1 gold away from you. That way you know.
Yeah. Prashant's talking about like, so a long time ago when they switched to the Spotlight Cash system, basically, people were saving up on the collecting track, so they didn't open anything. So when everything switched over, they would get a bunch of like free shit, basically. And apparently one of the devs has a list of names of people that were scumbags.
And you know what's crazy? Back then, I had like 50-something spotlights or 50-something catches or something.
Yeah.
When Spider-Ham came out. And I opened every single one to get Spider-Ham, and I never got Spider-Ham because it wasn't a part of it.
I forgot how bad that was, dude.
And I was like, why did I open all of these for a card that I couldn't get this way?
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been so long in order to remember. Dude, new players, you guys don't know the pain. You would just have to open caches and just hope that a card popped up.
And the card wasn't even in the catches. Like, when they made the patch or
it wasn't,
the card, it wasn't in there yet.
Dude, I don't even remember how bad that was. It was so long ago. But yeah,
I had like 50-something. I'm sitting there opening the whole time, and I'm like...
They're like, oh, by the way, we messed up. Sorry, Prashant.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking great. Give me my $200 or however much that would have equated to back. Yeah, if you guys don't like the Spotlight Cash system, just be happy because it used to be so much worse.
Yeah, for sure.
So much worse. You couldn't target anything. You didn't know what you were getting, and it cost more.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
Got what you got.
All right, before we wrap up, let's do a question from Twitter. One of my viewers, his name's Calibrex Gaming. He's a funny dude, always comments on my videos. He asks, what other changes could occur in order for Soulstone to cantrip again? And just to clarify, cantrip basically means replace itself, draw a card. What do you think, Prashant?
So what does this question mean? Like, what? Like, to make it good?
No, he wants Soulstone to be able to draw the card again.
Oh.
And he's asking, what do we need to do to get Soulstone to draw again, man? Bring back Soulstone.
So, in order for that to happen, then that means a soul for a soul. That means one of your cards, next card that you draw gets -1 power.
It's actually, all right. I'm okay with that. I was thinking, actually, that's a really smart change. Would you take away like its ongoing ability, though?
Yeah. You would take away the ongoing, it'll just draw a card, but it'll be -1 power.
I think I would take that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would too.
Because I think the draw is more important, especially on the stones, than its effect.
For sure.
Although sometimes when you, like when the 2 Raptors location pops up, or something like that, and you put the Soulstone there on turn 1, you're like, it feels nice. You're like, put something there, dude. I dare you. You're gonna fucking lose. But yeah, it's like a 1/5 if the lane's full, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But either that, Prashant's suggestion, or I was thinking make it like an evolved wasp. Like draw a card and then just boot something for -1 on the other side of the board.
Yeah.
And remove its ongoing. But in all reality, Calibrex, it doesn't matter what we say because I don't think they're ever changing Soulstone to draw again.
They don't even respond back to us when we ask a question, but they answer something silly from someone.
Yeah.
Like,
They answer some people going, how's Eliath for the state of the game?
Yeah, like weird I don't know. Like whatever. I think they pick and choose.
Yeah. Which is fair. You can't answer everything. If they answered every single question in that Discord, I would lose my mind, so I'm sure they would too.
True.
Or
they just don't know. They probably don't know, and they're like, I'm skipping this.
They're like, guys, we program shit, and we test it for a couple of days. quit asking me so many questions, all right?
Yeah, like whatever.
The players are the testing base. You guys know just as much as we do. All right, let's wrap up with the snatch.
Yeah.
The snatch Ludsman Jeeg. Oh my god. This
next sponsor. Next sponsor, the snatch.
Actually, it's Blue Chew. Hard
True.
penises. Sorry, I didn't say that. All right. No, the
Use
Snap
code
Judgment League.
for 10% off on your next subscription.
I can't use that now. Yeah, head over to bluechew.com if you want a big old hard pee-pee. The Snatch Judgments League. How are you doing in it, man?
Horrible.
Same.
I lost my first two, and then I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
next season. There's always next season.
What decks did you rock in the 2 games?
And then, what did I play?
I don't know.
I don't even remember. I think I played like Thanos or Loki or something. And then
you're
they got
trying to be sweaty.
Yeah, I think I played. Well, yeah, I played Thanos. The first game was an 8-cuber, and I played it safe. I played Alioth instead of What did I play? I think they had priority or something. So I could have played something big, but I didn't, and they ended up winning. And I was like, if I had played what I wanted to play instead of keeping it safe, I would have won.
I hate that when you psych yourself out and you're like, you know what? Let's just do the conservative thing and just go for the guaranteed shit. And you're like, God damn it, I could have won. Yeah.
Right. And then today, I was playing in Felicity's League. I took Alioth out of one of my decks and put Gladiator in. And then my opponent was playing Valkyrie. And I had priority every single game. And then, I kept on getting Valked at final turn. I was like, there's, no way. If I had Alioth, I would have won.
That's a big feels bad for sure. I am 1 loss and 1 draw right now in the Snatch. I did it again in the Snap Judgments League. My first round was a loss, mostly because I wasn't driving, but I was in my car. I pulled over and played the match. Definitely wasn't in traffic. But yeah, I played discard because it's easy to play when you're not driving.
Yeah, it could be brain dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first game was an 8-cube loss. I forget the guy's name. He was nice though. Oh, Sky Zoro.
Okay, I know who that is.
Yeah. I played him, and the first game was an 8-cuber, and then I won 4 games in a row.
Oh wow!
And it was 2-2. So whoever won the last game, and then he won by 1 or 2 points on the last game.
Oh wow!
And I messaged him and I was like, you're fucking scared, weren't you? And he was like, yes. But yeah, I lost that one. And then, funnily enough, the second match, I messaged the guy. I said, hey, I'm against you. Let's set up a time. They didn't respond. And
Did you
Gunny
win?
T, one of the admins, gave us a draw.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. So
and the crazy thing is, before my match, my game was acting weird because I was trying to test out decks in Conquest. So when I hit in turn, it wouldn't go off for some odd reason. It's like I didn't click the button. So I kept on losing games where, if I didn't play a card on turn 1, turn 2, the game would end. And I was like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, dude, are you talking about the timer thing where,
yes.
If you're playing Agatha, it does it. I think it does that when you play Agatha to speed you up.
I wasn't playing Agatha.
I know. I'm just saying sometimes it acts like you are playing Agatha.
Oh, yeah.
And it just goes...
Yeah, I've seen that, but I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I had to restart my game, and luckily it worked after.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've had that bug a couple of times, and you're just panicking playing your cards. I don't know, go.
We'll be contacting Second Dinner for compensation.
Excuse me, I would like my 200 gold, please.
Yeah, my free pixel.
All right, that's it. That's it for this episode. Thanks to Calibrex Gaming for leaving us a question. Thank you to Prashant for being a handsome gentleman. Lead us out, Prashant.
All right, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe to both of our channels because this pod is split both ways. So
yes,
if you miss 1 week, you didn't. It's either on his or mine, so check it out.
All right. Thanks, man. See you later.
See ya.